So, welcome back. So we left off with talking about when it's possible to overexpose, underexpose, or over edit to make it too dark or too light. Let's talk about a few more sample um, black and whites and see what we're talking about. Okay, here's a landscape photo, really dramatic, right? And what makes it dramatic? Well, there's depth to it. There's a faraway area and some close foreground elements. But the overall feeling, of course, is texture, right? The textures in the sky, the textures on the rocks. When we look closely at this, like maybe even look closely by squinting your eyes, you'll see how the photographer has arranged dark and light, right? And notice how when you kind of squint, that's what I'm trying to do on screen to demonstrate squinting. I could just take my glasses off and it's blurry, but you look at it and like see where it's light and where it's dark and understand it as shapes being arranged, right? So there's a lot more shapes in the center area that are lighter next to dark area, so it pops them out more. That's contrast, and um, and then the overall wide angle of view gives us some drama, right? So light and dark next to each other equals drama. We can characterize this one in terms of flat, normal, or contrasty. It's probably more in the normal to contrasty range. Contrasty could mean it's too contrasty and like you can't see details in the dark areas, but in this case doesn't seem to be a problem in the photo, right? This one here, when you guys are editing in Pt.2, we're going to learn how to, like, you can change um, various colors to be a dark value or a light value of the color. You can imagine this was a pretty sunny day. Look at the light hitting those clouds. But look how dark the blue sky is up here, right? This blue sky area, let me see if I can use a tool. This looks fine, right? This, look at that, all right? Dark sky can be edited in Pt.2 to be either dark blue or now black or light blue and therefore more of a white sky. Okay, move to the next one. How do I move to the next one? Okay, stop using that tool. And we're back. Okay, so this is the next photo. A reminder here, this is an example of using diffused light, relatively midday to late morning perhaps, but when it's cloudy out. This morning I took a walk, the sun was just a little bit over the horizon, right? Sunrise, and excuse me, and there was a lot of fog this morning, but the sun was also breaking through and had this kind of feeling, but a lot of color, a lot of orange. In a black and white photo, it really helps to, when you turn black and white, you can emphasize rays through diffusion, like clouds or fog. So try getting up in the morning and seeing how you can play with light and dark, like in this photo. And next slide. Oh, not that one. This one. All right. Here's an example of what you might get if you take photos in real fog, or mistiness or haziness. We've had a lot of that lately. Try to use it. And what happens is you get some pixelation like this, right? And you can use that to your advantage in black and white photography. When you turn a photo that's in the fog, black and white, you'll see a lot of dots like this, and you can use them to create a sort of memory looking texture, it looks kind of vintage or something. All right. Moving on, there's a photo from the Boardwalk Beach, a spot called Casinos, and looking for reflection after rains, as if we had that. Go to the beach, look for some light hitting the sand like this, and reflected light can be really exciting. Looking for those tonal range in the clouds, and so you can get a reflection. Could be cool too, right? Now here's an example of when maybe it went too far with the black tones, right? It's super dark, but it's for an artistic purpose. It's not that it's wrong. It's that it's using the so-called mistake of black and white photography to its advantage so that her eye and the texture on her skin really comes out strong. And this would be kind of using a sort of spotlighting type of light. Let me see if I can spotlighting, right? Like that. And I just learned a new button, so I had to use it. Okay, spotlight. And notice how when we're talking about using the considerations of black and white photography, and it's really true of all photography, is having really sharp areas. Look at that detail. All right. And try to get, if you do a portrait shot, really get sharp eyes and then play with it in black and white to emphasize that. Here's a very famous sort of celebrity photographer, portrait photographer, Yusuf Karsh. A lot of celebrities. This is the actress Audrey Hepburn. Going for those softer values. Notice backgrounds being really neutral, and then the texture in your black and shadow areas, like her hair, her eyelashes, eyebrows, are really sharp looking, and there's no distractions. This is going for simplicity of the background so that your subject really shines and stands out. All right, I recommend trying a portrait or two with a totally blank background. All right, whoever that guy is, Drake, I know. Look at that. Same idea, but it's just reversed, right? A black background. That can be edited in too. Um, it's going to be hard to find a solid black background like that. This is edited in order to make it so dark, right? And notice how just the edge lighting really sharpens this figure, this portrait at the edge because the background is dark, right? Really helps. All right, go back into some photojournalism and historical photos. It's nice, real even, normal black and white photo. Normal meaning the range of black and white is right in just the sort of the traditional acceptable range, not too dark, not too light anywhere. All the texture is showing so that the story of this migrant mother during the Great Depression really shows. The textures are there and shows her anguish, shows her stress, probably, right? Similar here, this picture, I need a better resolution picture. This is pixelated, but again, the black to gray background, a little gradation there, but lots of texture to tell a story. Texture comes from the range of black and white, from all the grays, right? These wrinkles on her face are highlighted by the shadows. It's light and shadow playing on the texture. So there you go. And here, a much better resolution. I recommend you look at this guy's website, Lee Jeffries. He does very dramatic, frontal, in-your-face portraits of mostly. I mean, this series that he did was homeless people and trying to humanize and show the drama of their experience. I mean, look at those those the scratchy chin, hairs there, and it's such a strong texture. And if you look closely, it's just using black and white tones to draw it out. Okay. All right, I'll let you guys peruse the rest of the slideshow and get inspiration for some black and whites and go shoot light and dark outside. Go start shooting some pictures, indoors, outdoors, and we'll start learning to convert black and white real soon.